blindly. Bartimaeus style. That baby so in love with Miss Nicole herself. So much so that he wants that baby to go ahead and be the wife to his kids. Not his wife. Not the baby mothers, you get. He's over here on my screen trying to convince me and convince the saints all around the world that he's so in love with our good sis Nicole that he wants her to go ahead and be the wife to his kids. Hey! That's BS. I smell it. Y'all smell it. Now, Brother Sam, you could have been smelling it, but that's not the nose the good Lord done give to you. Hello, welcome back to bennystake. I'm your girl, Benny, and today I'm super duper excited to be talking to y'all all about Love is Blind down there at the UK with our brothers and our sisters. You know what I'm saying? You know? Blindness, love blindness done left the US, done gone to Brazil. Now the Brazilians are blind. Then they didn't stop there, they done went ahead to Mexico. Then Papi is blind, okay? But they did not stop there, they done went down there at the UK. Okay, now my brothers and the sisters, you know, they blind, innit? So let's just go ahead and talk about the blindness that's happening over there at the UK. You know what I'm saying? For all my British, okay, my British brothers, okay, brothers. Okay, let's just go ahead and get into it. I have a whole bunch of notes. So if you see me looking out, you know what I'm saying, down my screen, just know that's why. And FYI, I'm only reacting to first and the second episode. And then we're going to go ahead and continue from there. The very first thing that I want to talk about is, do y'all notice the sob stories? Like, either it's an actual sob story, okay, or the characters are coming up with the sob-esque stories, almost like to out-sob each other. Do you know, when I was a young kid, I used to eat bread. But bread was so hard, I had indigestions. And then the person on the other side of the pot's gonna be like, that is so crazy. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. You know, it's very vulnerable, you know, not being able to eat bread. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to just eat regular bread, but all I can eat is, you know, some gluten-free. You get? Oh my gosh, that must have been so hard to watch. I'm like, come on. Some of them were real, like genuine, but some of them, it just felt like either they're editing them wrong or some of the stories just felt like out of nowhere. Literally somebody gonna sit down and it's like, you know, my daddy done left to go ahead and get some milk, and my daddy never came back. Did y'all notice that don't nobody in this entire show had daddies that liked them? Every other scene, it was, you know, my dad done left my mom and I. And I'm like, what's going on? All the daddies and the fathers and the fatherlies in the UK, I need for you to come forth and explain some things. Why y'all not liking your kids? Okay? Nobody there had a daddy that liked them. Nobody had a daddy that, everybody daddy that left. You know, some of their daddies that went on to glory. Some said that their daddies was good. But most of the stories was like, you know, the dad done abandoned. Biological dad done abandoned. The daddy done left us to ourselves. They done left, and I'm just going like, the daddies of the UK. You get? Daddies of the UK, you get? From London. The daddies from London. I'm from London. You get? Go take care of your kids. Okay? Please take care of your kids so they're not on my screen giving me the sob-esque of stories. Did y'all notice that comment down below? Because that was crazy to me. And then they be giggling for literally nothing and a half. I'm talking about the person on the other side is saying a bunch of nothing. And they're in there like, Yo, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. You had Freddie, okay, that be helping people get their Lazarus on. Freddie, okay, if you down there at the UK, you get, and somebody's at the time when they're gonna go ahead and go to glory. If you got you somebody, go ahead and find Freddie, cause Freddie be coordinating and organizing and arranging and assessing and assisting people to go ahead and meet sweet black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He don't be the one doing the things, but if you already got your Lazarus on, okay, for the second time, not the first time where miracle could still happen, but the second time, and Jesus ain't coming to weep, baby, you go ahead and get you Freddie from London, you get, from London, okay, go ahead and get you Freddie. Hold on, let me say bye to my husband, hold on. Husband, how you just gonna leave? Well, you don't have to just leave. You can kiss somebody. I be coming here talking about y'all's relationship, but I'm married, okay, happily. I got me a husband that I like, please. Okay, please. But anyway, so we had, was it Freddie and Catherine over here crying. I'm talking about Jesus wept, Catherine wept. They was out here crying. And the reason why they're crying, because Freddie, that's going to organize and orchestrate when people get their Lazarus on for the second time, Freddie was out here talking about, you know what? I done went to the psychic. And the psychic told me that the person I was going to marry, their name start with a C. She's going to be down like, oh my gosh. Do you know what's crazy? My daddy's name is Bill. And then Freddie going to be like, oh my gosh. My daddy's name is Bill. This is meant to be. And I'm like, pause. Y'all in your 30s, okay? Y'all are in your 30s. Your daddy's name gonna be Bill. Let's keep it a buck. One thing white people gonna do is have them a Bill in the family. Okay? Bill O'Connor, Bill Smith, Bill McFadden. There's gonna be a Bill with the whites. Okay? The same way we're gonna have Benedict with the Congolese. Trésor with the Congolese. Okay, Nadine with the Congolese. The same way black people gonna have them a Tyrone in the family. Okay? Auntie May. Alright? This is Naya's destiny because both your daddy's name is Bill. White people gonna have a Bill every single time. Please. It be the giggles and I'm like, what was said? Because I like to laugh. But what is it that this person said that got you like, ha ha ha! Ha ha! That is so crazy to get. What is going on? So now let's just talk real quickly about the characters. The very first one that I want to spend some time talking about is Sam. Okay, Sam lets us know that he done went down there, you know, seen him a doctor, you know, to go ahead and fix his nose, to go ahead and, you know, he done got off the dating apps. He went and, you know, spent a lot of time at the gym. You know what I'm saying? He done started himself skincare routine, a 16-step skincare routine to make sure that he was looking his best. You know, that he was looking very fit, very, you know, presentable with his new nose. You know what I'm saying? He done went there and got himself a Rudolph nose. You know what I'm saying? The Rudolph package. So we have our good brother, okay? Rudolph Sam himself, letting us know that he done went through all these things to make sure that he looks presentable. I have no problem with that. What do y'all think about that? I have no problem with that, right? I feel like, you know, taking the time on yourself to work on yourself, whatever that looks like, right? Like physically, making sure that you're feeling your best self. I have no problem with that. My only concern with our good brother, you know what I'm saying, Rudolph Sam, is that it feels as though you were so superficial, but you're just like masking a lot of insecurities. Comment down below and let me know what you guys thought of that. Every conversation that he was in, you'd hear him talk about how, like, remember me, you know, like, remember me. I want to make sure that I live here with my wife. None of those things, there's nothing wrong with that, but he just had like a thirsty vibe of like, pick me, pick me, pick me, that he was willing to say things that were not even making any sense, you know. And then he kept leading with, you know, attraction, like, oh, you know, I've gotten my nose, and you know, I even on Instagram I was out here, you know, filming myself because I felt really good. So then a part of me like, okay, did you do all that just to, you know, to people please, or did you do all of that because you believe that you were deserving of good health, that you were deserving to feel in your best skin, or were you just doing all of that on some peak Misha energy? There's something about him that's still not sitting well with me. He's just giving me a little bit of red flags that he will go for literally anybody. We saw him have a connection, or somewhat of a connection, with Jasmine. And on one of the scenes, Jasmine done told him, yo, it's sounding to me that you're just saying anything that I want to hear. I'm not sure I'm getting your true, authentic self. It feels like you're just going to repeat or say anything just to convince me to essentially pick you. Like, I'm not sure I'm reading you right. Why homeboy gonna get mad? And when he get mad, this is what he said. He's gonna say, oh my gosh, should I just give up? Maybe I'm not meant to be with someone. Sir, she said, I feel like I'm not getting your most authentic self. It sounds as though that you're saying anything to get anything. You gonna come back with, maybe I'm not meant to be with someone. Should I just give up? Why are you trying to guilt trip her out of a question? What she's asking you has nothing to do with whether or not you're meant to be with someone. You were saying anything to anybody. In all of his dates, we kept hearing, don't forget me, Sam, don't forget me, Sam. He just wants to be picked by somebody. Literally anybody that picks him, that's going to be right by our good brother, Rudolph Sam. That did not sit well with me at all. Comment down below, let me know. How are you all reading him? How are you all reading that scene? Again, we are on episode 1 and 2. Do not spoil nothing for me, right? But to me, he's just giving off like he still has a lot of insecurities to work on. Hence why, right before this show, he felt the need to go ahead and transform his entire life, transform his entire look, you know what I'm saying, with the skincare, even getting the nose job done. I'm not somebody that's like anti, you know, like 1000% anti-cosmetic surgeries. I get it. I get sometimes people wanting to be comfortable in their skin, but sometimes it just makes me sad because now I'm like, Rudolph, I got to see the nose you had before. Okay? What is the nose that the good Lord done gave to you? Okay? Because now you done went down there, Dr. Miami, and got you your AI nose. But I'm trying to see, what is the nose that the good Lord done gave to you? You know what I'm saying? And why did you feel the need to do that? Because subliminally, when you listen to him talk, he gonna talk about, oh, you know, I was feeling myself. I think Jasmine had asked him a question, and he was like, oh, you know, sometimes I've posted, you know, pictures of myself. So I'm like, what do you be doing online? Are you so insecure as a man that you're using your physique, okay, as a way to lure women in? Because I'm not sure what your personality is. He was giving me very insecure. He was giving me a little bit of aggression. Because when Jasmine asked that, he guilt-tripped that baby. Okay? Then got mad. Almost was like trying to gaslight her like she's the problem for asking a follow-up question. We are on dates. We're trying to figure out if we're going to align with your beliefs, with your characters, with what you're saying and what I'm saying. We're trying to make sure that these things make sense. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think her concerns were valid? As in, this baby is not coming across as authentic. I'm not sure what his authentic self really is, because all I'm seeing is an insecure man, okay, who's yet to work on his actual fears, his actual insecurities. I think he has a fear of being left alone, a fear of abandonment. I'm not sure if he's one of the people whose daddy done went down there to Kroger's to get some milk, except I never came back. So now you have over here Rudolph Sam, who was sitting here like, where my daddy at? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember if that was his story, but like I said, everybody in this show, half the people on this show do not have daddies that like them. But he's reading off as an insecure man to me. You know, who's gonna use like manipulation, who's gonna use sad stories, who's gonna use guilt. Okay? This man gonna make you feel so bad for him that you're gonna stay longer than you need to. Because she asked you about not being authentic. She asked you about just saying anything to get to her good graces. So like, do I really know your character? Do I really know what you believe? That's what she was talking about. But you try to debunk that by talking about, am I not gonna find somebody? That's your fear to me, it sounds like. You have a fear of not finding somebody, so you're willing to say and do anything to find said somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then, did y'all notice how like some of the conversations that he's having, it seems to me like he's just trying to quote some quotes or like be deep for no reason. I don't know who he was talking to. I don't know if it was Jasmine or Nicole, because those were like the few days that I think I remember seeing him in. But tell me why this baby gonna talk about, you know, I just want somebody that's my rock. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here at the pots blindly looking for the rock of salvation, the rock of all ages. Okay, our good brother Rudolph Sam is down there at the pots blindly, okay, just out here Bartimaeus style, looking for the rock. Chief cornerstone himself. He's looking for Pierre. Peter. Okay? The one Jesus done built the church of the Son of God under. Peter. That's who our good brother Rudolph Sam, okay, is out here looking for. You know, I'm just looking for my rock. Okay, the rock. Okay, the rock himself. Alright, because that baby's been muscle. Very soon he will turn into a rock. That's what our good brother Rudolph Sam is down there at the UK Pass. You get blindly. Blindly looking for the rock. And I'm like, y'all are reading quotes. Okay? Y'all are reading quotes. Y'all are repeating quotes. I don't know. That baby was just there looking for the rock. The rock. Okay, I want somebody that's going to be my rock. That's going to support me. I'm just a poor little boy. You know, I'm just like a young little boy. I want somebody that's going to love me for me and nurture me. And I'm like, where is your mother? Okay? Where is your mother? If you're such a boy, you're just a boy. At one point, he asked somebody, do you know how to stroke somebody? She was like, I beg your pardon. He gonna say like, oh, when we're in bed, to just kind of like, and I'm like, cool, like people do that, but like, is that what we're talking about? That's what you're leading with. You want somebody that's gonna be coming here cajoling you. Comment down below. To me, it just wasn't giving any sense. I want to rock. It's giving AI generated. Okay? The same way you got your AI notes, you're giving us AI generated scripts. That's what it's reading like to me. Okay? And it's BS. It sounds like BS. And you would smell it if you had the nose that the good Lord done gave to you. Okay? I don't really like that. Next people that I want to talk about, Catherine, Ollie, and Demi, and the little love triangle that's kind of like forming. Immediately, Catherine, girl, what did you mean by that comment? Because your whole grievances is like, oh, I don't want nobody to think of me as just like, you know, this skinny blonde. Woe is me, I'm skinny and I'm blonde. Because, you know, I've been through some things or whatever the case is. But then in your confessionals, when you was out here confessing and protesting all of the things, you made a comment that has sentiments of fat shaming a little bit. Okay? Because Demi spoke about you with grace, with elegance. That's my friend. I'm here to choose me. I'm here to do all the things, but that's my friend, and I want to be respectful and all of that stuff. You went down there was like, obviously he picked me, or whatever that energy. It had an energy of like, I am better than her, or I think that I'm better than her. And girl, you is now. Okay? You is now. At least not for him. You probably are for somebody else. Everybody is. But no. How y'all gonna come on Love is Blind and y'all are supposed to be blind and you are leaning so heavy on the looks? Were you trying to Shannon Sharp you a good sis than me? Were you trying to say that she's sleek ugly? What was that comment? Cause newsflash, it wasn't giving. Comment down below what y'all think, but that moment, So y'all, it was this moment right here. Let's just go ahead and pay attention to what our good sis is saying. I had to find it because I don't want to feel like I'm imagining things. But let's go ahead and click play.
I find it very hard to put myself first because I'm being you, and it sucks. I'm not here to hurt my friends, but I'm also not here to sacrifice my connection.
Look at how Demi is talking about Catherine as her friend, right? And for me, no shade, no disrespect. But if we're coming in a competition like this, we're cool, we may be acquaintances, but please don't be quick to be making friendships. Y'all are here to find your partners. Do not be quick to start making all these like deeper connections with the other, cast. Because you guys are dating the same people, right? At least wait until you solidify your dates, then befriend each other. But I get it, like the natural sisterhood, the natural brotherhood, I get it. But at the same time, look at how Demi is talking about Catherine, and then pay attention to what Catherine is gonna say. It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but I don't be asleep. Okay? Don't sleep. Wake up. I be awake. Okay? I be awake and I be calculating. Okay? Because as I'm calculating this, it was palm trees. Shady. Let's go ahead and play so y'all can see.
Because my friend likes him. It's time for me to put myself first. Otherwise, I will end up at home on my own with 10 cats. And I don't even like cats.
And I don't like cats for you, our good sis. You're way too gorgeous, way too fly, way too kind, way too all of the things, okay? I don't like cats either, all right? And our good sis is letting us know that she don't like cats either. But you see how she spoke about freaking Catherine? Let's go ahead and see what Catherine gonna say.
Yes, Anna, obviously I want you to explore it with Ollie.
I know you do. It sucks.
I think Demi has a strong connection with Ollie. I really do. Do I see them on the outside world together? No. I don't want to get in. My mouth gets me in trouble.
What was that? Why are you seeing yourself with him and not seeing her with him? Notice how when she spoke about it, there was no innuendos, there was no subliminals, there was nothing that would lead us to think about anything, that had anything to do with physical. She was leading with emotion. I like this person, she's also my friend, but I feel a connection. I'm here to choose myself first. I love that she put that firm boundary. Give me time. I'm not going to talk about my connection with you. I need time. I know I'm having a good time. Our dates have been good. That's as much as I'm willing to share. I respect that. Okay? Because she came on her. I don't know. But that comment right there, do you see them together? No. Why not? Because all y'all blind. Okay? Stevie Wonder style. Everybody blind. Everybody blind. So why are you not seeing it? The only person you've seen is Demi. What is it about her that you've seen her physically? What is it about her that makes you feel as though that you cannot see her as somebody as sexy as you think Ollie is? You gotta explain that to me. Because I am clocked in. I'm calculating. 2 + 2 gonna equal 4 every time. But right now what you're saying is giving -1/2. You have to explain that to me. Okay? You have to explain that to me. It's very subtle. It is very subtle. But there's definitely shade in there. Under the umbrella. Under the umbrella shady. Okay? Another thing I want to say is that we really... seeing people in love and trying to explain themselves in love, but also trying to protect their hearts in love is the most confusing thing to sit and have to watch, right? Because like her body language says she's in love with this man. her demeanor says she's in love with this man. She's not willing to admit it to herself or admit it to him or admit it to us that she's already falling in love with this man. So why our good sis gonna say this? Okay? And I was like, girl, I get it.
Be too open or vulnerable where my heart is.
So she gonna say,
That's good. I like that response.
Yeah.
Ollie is just amazing. I honestly feel he's the most open-minded, pure soul that I've met. The way he views life is very similar to me.
they're always so in love. In the past, everybody be perfect.
What
Okay?
I'm about at this stage is like, I know where my heart is, so I don't want to be too open or vulnerable where my heart is.
So, where's your heart at?
Wait. Our good sis gave us nothing and a half in that sentence. And I'm like, y'all need to work on cohesive sentences once y'all are in love blindly on my screen. Okay? She said, right now in my heart, I know where my heart is. Okay? I want to be too open or too vulnerable with where my heart is. So then our good brother is going to be like, wait a minute, where your heart at? And I'm like, sis, where is your heart? Because that sentence did not make no sense. Okay, I know where my heart is. I want to be vulnerable with where my heart is, to where my heart is. But then the heart surgeries of my heart as to where my heart is, not on my chest currently. But I do know where it's at. The heart is not playing hide and seek with me with my heart because I know where my heart is at. Okay, the heart of goats and the heart that I have of hearts, the hearts of hearts that I have, I know where my heart is at, but I don't want to be too open and vulnerable with where my heart is, Brother Ollie is like, where is your heart? Please locate your heart. And I'm like, I agree. Where is your heart, sis? Your heart is in love, okay? In love blindly. Y'all, if you hear the sound in the background, we're just having some work done. So we're going to go ahead and get into our good brother Stevens and sister Sabrina Banks. Her bangs are so cute. I think she has such a cute... The connection was really cute to me. The only hiccup I think that they were having was the whole children's thing. She's somebody that says like if she has kids, great. If she doesn't have kids, she's not going to lose sleep over it as well. He knows for a fact he wants to be a father. And, you know, she was thinking about also her age. Maybe things might be a little bit more difficult. And if should that be the case, she's open to like adoption or surrogacy or whatever the case is. You know, she got options. So they had a little bit of a hiccup in that sense. But otherwise, things have been a little bit more smooth for them. So then here they come into the pods. Again, y'all got to work on these cohesive sentences. Why they come into the pods? And this is the proposal. He gonna say, you stole my mind and now my heart too, okay? So Stevens is letting us know that our good sister Sabrina Banks, okay? Sabrina Banks is a thief, okay? Our good sister is just be out here stealing. She just be thieving people. She thief their mind, now she thief their heart, okay? So he gonna say that, and then he gonna say, this is what happens when you don't know somebody and you're trying to propose to them. You're trying to build up this like heartfelt proposal. You don't know enough of them to make the proposal make sense, because he just was giving a bunch of nothings. But let's go ahead and listen.
So, that's actually the start of the poem that I wrote for you.
So he about to be poetic, y'all. Okay? Mad poetic. Poetic justice. Okay?
So, there might be a couple of pauses, so bear with me.
He preparing himself, so he about to pause for the proposals of the poems. Okay?
You stole my mind and my heart too.
You stole my mind and my heart to my heart. Is like,
Can I say something crazy?
can I say something crazy? I love you.
Can I take your hand
Can I take your hand
as I take a knee?
as I take a knee? Okay?
And ask you something crazy?
And ask you something crazy. Y'all don't think it's crazy?
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me? let's run back the poem, okay? Sister Sabrina Banks herself, she done stole his mind, and then now she done stole his heart too, okay? Can I tell you something crazy? What I'm about to tell you, crazy. So I'm like, oh my God, what he about to tell this baby? He gonna say, I love you. Ain't that crazy? She's sitting there like, that's crazy, okay? Let me take a knee, okay? I'm gonna bend it on one knee. Ain't that crazy? I'm like, that's crazy. And then he gonna say, I'm kneeling down. Ain't that crazy? And I'm like, that's crazy, all right? Will you marry me? Ain't that crazy? And I'm like, that's really crazy. But wasn't it crazy? Okay, they done fell in love like for 2.5 seconds. And then before she gonna say yes, she gonna give this pause of like, we've only been da-da-da-da-da. And then this and then the third, but the answer is yes. And I'm like, do y'all know how to use the word but? Because then I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, did I miss something? Was it like, is there a bombshell that's about to drop? It was nothing and a half. Our good sis made an essay that was not cohesive in thought at all. Okay? Had our good brother Stephen on the knee. Crazy. Okay? And the whole time they're just sitting there, she talking a whole bunch of nothings. And then for her to go ahead and say yes. And our brother's like, dang, you should have left with that. I'm like, I agree. What was the speech? It ain't made no sense to me. Comment down below, let me know. Together, I think they're cute. Their reveal was really cute. She found him attractive. He found her attractive. Together, they seem cute. We're just going to go ahead and go with that. So then the other couple that I want to talk about that I noticed a connection was our good brother Tom. Okay, Tom and Jerry. I believe Tom. The one that had a date. Whatchamacallit. So Tom, he had a connection with Maria, the girl that says she's Muslim. And then he had a connection with Natasha, the blonde. So in my mind, comment down below, let me know what you think. But I feel like his connection, he was having a little bit more fun. He was a little bit more flirtier with Maria. I think maybe the Muslim comments may have thrown him off. Because when he was like, oh, that's interesting. I wasn't sure. Was that interesting as in I want to proceed interesting? Or was it interesting of like, I'm not sure how our lives are going to be like, right? I don't know what image he has in his mind of what her life as a Muslim woman looks like. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. I don't know who he's going to decide to go with. But, you know, he seems as though he was attracted or connecting with Maria. But I think that just kind of like when it went a turn, I feel like he may have pulled back a little bit and ended up pursuing his connection with, Natasha, the blonde, a little bit more, you know, a little further, right? Now, it could just be editing because sometimes, you know, Netflix is trying to tell a story. Maybe that's not even his reality. Maybe that's just how he was edited. There's a possibility for that. I'm open to that as a possibility, but I'm just kind of like, I wonder if that may have deterred him. Because again, faith is a big deal. I don't think people should compromise on things like that. If faith matters to you, or, you know, having somebody whose faith beliefs align, then that's important. You know. So now let's get into Jasmine and her connections. For reasons unknown to me, she was still sitting over here thinking about Rudolph Sam and his AI nose as a potential option. And I'm like, girl, I know you didn't push back too much, but it's like, why is that baby still an option? But at this point, she's still considering, you know, Rudolph Sam, and she's also considering Bobby. So then we have this scene where it seemed as though they had just walked inside of the pots, right? They had just walked in. And then what Jasmine gonna say, I was thinking about your mother. So she done walked into the pots with Bobby. Bobby's her other connection who I feel like, you know, they're talking. She seems to like him and this, that, and the third. That baby just sat down. Here comes Jasmine. So the last time we left on this date, you were telling me about your mother, and it got me thinking, my daddy left me and my brother when we was little. No. She said it this way. My daddy left me and my brother when we were little. Okay? And I'm like, girl, that baby just sat down. Okay? Can he gather his belongings? Again, could be editing, but it just seems like everybody's trying to out deep or out sob each other with the stories, and I'm just kind of like, yo, please, okay? And so now, but Brother Bobby gonna go on a whole story about how he struggled with his family as well, the losses that he experienced, His father is apparently not in the picture as well. And then he had family with Kim and Danny. He explains that, you know, one of these days he was just over here minding his business, down there his job, you know what I'm saying? And then his mother gonna call him, letting him know that Kim and Danny, they done went down there the Titanic to get their Titanic on. Lo and behold, now they done went on to glory. And I'm like, girl, you see what you did? He's sad, he about to break down. I'm sad, I'm about to break down. And all this happened within 2 seconds of them walking into the date. How you doing? I'm fine. The weather could be nice. Did you eat? I ate. Some porridge, some grits, with sweets or with salt. All these are conversations. Okay? That was so sad. And I'm like, are y'all just trauma dumping? Are y'all trauma bonding? Like, what is going on? You know, I've watched other reviews where people have said it's like, hey, you know, when you're in a room like that with just the very same people that you're seeing, eventually you just gotta get deep really, really, you know, fast, right? Like, you're there with them for like a week, but you're seeing them all the time. You're just talking to them all the time. So to us as viewers, it may seem as just like out of pocket and out of nowhere, but to them, the contestants, it seems like it makes sense, right? Because, you know, all they're doing is dating. They're not going to their jobs. They're not seeing their families. They're not hanging out with their friends. All they're doing is dating these people, talking to these people. So sometimes things feel very just like so out there for us that's actually progressing normally for them. I'm open to that as an idea, but I was like, dang, that baby just sat down. And it was one sad story after another sad story. And I'm like, yo, I hope you guys are not, you know, bonding over the traumas. I hope you guys are not bonding over, you know, past similarities. And I'm not saying that's not important, but where is the joy? I'm yet, at least with the two of them, I was yet to hear a little bit more joy from their conversation. I was yet to hear a little bit more, you know, of him pouring into her, right? It seemed as though she was asking all the questions. It seemed as though she was the one that was nurturing in all of, you know, the dates that I saw her in. I don't know that I saw her receiving a little bit more love and a little bit more like gestures. She was always talking good about her partner. She was always, portraying them and talking light into them in a way that I felt like they were more so on the receiving side, and she was just the one giving them those things. Comment down below, let me know what you think. But that seemed to have been the connection. And then she went ahead after that conversation about the whole, Kim and Danny, rest their souls, and I hope Bobby is something that he's healed through this, or he's healing through this, because grief is a real thing. It's a lifelong journey, right? But he just shared that within what felt like 5 minutes of their date. And I'm like, dang, let's talk about pizza toppings, please, for a second. As a viewer, that's what it felt like. It just felt like one heavy story after another, heavy story after heavy story that just felt like the way it was placed, it just was like everybody was just trying to, talk as much about their traumas as possible, right? And it just felt odd to me. So after that day, she went ahead and ended things with Rudolph Sam with his AI nose. And while she ended things, she was like, I feel like my connection with the other person is a little bit more better. I'm so sorry, this and the third. He was like, cool, no problem. Walks out of the pot, gonna throw the glass. And I'm like, what the cup had to do with it? Why are you throwing the glass on the floor? It just was giving meltdown. It was giving a little bit more of an entitlement. It's like as though she owed him a yes. It just was, subtle of aggression. Subtle aggressive moves that are just kind of like, no, it's not giving, Rudolph. It really is not giving. So then he walks into the men's living quarters, and I'm really glad, all the men, they've been showing affection. They've been showing like brotherly love, right? Like that's one of the guys went and checked in on him like, hey, are you okay? And he was talking about, oh, I did not see it coming. And I'm like, sir, pause. What exactly did you see coming? As I'm sitting here, what were you expecting So then he in the pots crying, and he's telling the other dude that was there consoling him, you know what I'm saying? The dude was being a comforter and all of the things, like the Holy Spirit, our good brother was out here comforting another brother, and I love to see it. I love when men show emotions. I love when men show care towards each other and each other's feelings. I love that. I think it's a beautiful thing. This whole idea of where men have to be stoic and, you know, emotionally constipated, I do not subscribe to that. Show that you care, people. You can hug your friends. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sharing that, you know, you're upset about something and having your bros, you know, your brothers, okay, be there for you. I've never been the girl that subscribed to that. So now he gonna be there, you know what I'm saying, talk about how like he didn't see it coming. I'm like, what did you see coming? But then lo and behold, beholding the laws, our baby gonna hit our good brother. Okay, Rudolph himself, Rudolph Sam. Okay, with his AI nose, gonna come to us and talk about, oh, now that, you know, he's ready, he now wants to go ahead and pursue things with Nicole. Now, Nicole, the only other connection we've seen her make was with Benaiah. Benaiah is the one with the long hair. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ superstar Benaiah. You know what I'm saying? The connection seems to be like mind, body, and soul, according to Nicole. Okay, in the mind and in the body and in the soul, that's her connection. But Benaiah trying to play too cool. He's out here giving our good sis Nicole nothing and a half. Meanwhile, we have Rudolph Sam, after his heartbreak with Jasmine and he done threw away the cup, you had him go real hard on Nicole. Gonna talk about here's the flowers, it's always been you, it's been you, you know what I'm saying, I love you so much, you know what I'm saying, so much so that I now want you, Nicole, to go ahead and be the wife to my kids, okay? Our good brother, Rudolph Sam himself, with his AI note that he done got down there at the Miamis, okay, gonna let us know that he loves our good sis so much that he wants her to go ahead and be the wife to his kids. So you have Benaiah, Jesus Christ superstar, who was trying to be too casual and too coy, you know, with our good sis Nicole. And Nicole was just kind of like, hey, I'm open, I'm feeling an attraction, but I just want to make sure that things are aligning with you as well. That baby was giving her nothing and a half, so she was like, okay, cool, thank you so much. She wasn't rude about it. She wasn't like, oh my gosh, life is coming to an end. Like, no, she was just kind of like, hey, these things, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And so we had our good brother, Rudolph Sam, you know what I'm saying, laying it down thick, talking about he wants Nicole to be the wife to his kids, not his wife. He loved her so much blindly that he's ready for her to go ahead and be the wife to his kids. The kids he ain't got, okay? Nicole's supposed to come in and be their wife, not the mother, their wife. That's how blindly in love he's down there at the pots, down there at the UK with our good brothers, okay, and our good sisters, Juget. So it wasn't making any sense that he gonna talk about it's always been Nicole. You know, he just has this gut feeling. He's been in his gut, and his gut was telling him this whole time that it was a good sis Nicole. And I'm like, stop the BS. Okay? Which guts? Stop with the gut feeling. Stop with the guts and get you some probiotics. Okay? You need to handle your guts. Okay? Because whatever your guts is telling you smells like BS. I smell it. The people of God smell it. Benaiah smells it. Okay? Jasmine that smelled it. Even Nicole, she's being sweet and she's being kind to be respectful. She smells it. Okay? You would smell it as you had the nose the good Lord and gave to you. But now you have that AI nose that's not letting you smell the BS that you're trying to give to us and the people of God. So he gonna say that whole spiel, and then Nicole just made a whole joke of like, oh, you may not be able to, you know, lift me up, because he was talking about how, like, you know, he cannot wait to pick her up and hug her and just like lift her up. And she was like, oh, you may not be able to. Why that baby got so hung up on that? Why that baby got so hung up on that? Talk about, oh, it went well, but then she made this comment. Like, what is she trying to say? What is she trying to say? What was she trying to say? What are you trying to say? Because you're supposed to find love blindly. And if it's Nicole that you want to be the wife to your kids, okay, should it matter that one comment? So you have a lot of insecurities that you're not working through. You're coming here trying to be shallow with the Pygmisha energy, okay? And then he gonna go in the pots, just like another pot, with the brothers, okay, down there, the pots. He gonna talk about like that one comment, I cannot shake it off. It shouldn't matter to you. Because your guts done told you she's the one. Sir, be for real. So now you have Benaya, Jesus Christ superstar, who's like, dang, other people are putting in effort with our good sis Nicole. Let me now try to protect her, let her know that our good brother, Rudolph Sam, does not have pure intentions, and his intentions are not pure. He's not here for the right reasons, and he actually cares about her. And I'm like, at this point, even you look thirsty. Okay? You need to go down there at the well where the Samaritan woman was at. Samaritan, the woman that was thirsty. Okay? You need to go down there and get you some of that water, because you're giving thirsty right now. You're giving thirsty, real big thirsty energy. And I hate that it took Rudolph Sam to show interest in our good sis Nicole for you to get up and act like you were actually interested in her. That to me is giving games, is giving gimmicks. I didn't like that. I want more. So now he done gone down there the pots trying to tell Nicole, you know, that I care about you, and I just want to make sure that you know that Sam is not coming over here with good intentions. Forget Sam. Okay, forget Rudolph Sam. What are your intentions? What were your intentions? And why did you not let our good sis know the said intentions? It took another man showing interest in her for you to realize that, wait a minute, let me act right. That's not right. She deserves somebody that's going to be sure of her, that's going to put in the work, and not only put in the work when there's fear of losing her. Comment down below, let me know what you think about that, but that to me was corny. And then he built it up only to say nothing. Sir, be for real, okay? And so now we have, whatchamacallit, it was Ollie's birthday, and so Demi goes full out, you know, makes him a cake, writes him, you know, this beautiful note and all that stuff. The brothers already celebrated him down there at the men quarters, but she also celebrated him down there at their pots during their date. It was really, really beautiful. And Ollie was so just like enamored and so grateful and just so happy with that gesture that he ended up solidifying his response as far as speaking between Catherine and Demi. Because with Catherine, he kept feeling like as though it was just more of a sexual connection. And even as Catherine describes him, it's like he's sexy, he's hot, he's all those things. And I'm just kind of like, you're not getting at the heart of this man. Demi is. You're leaning more towards your physicalities. You're leaning more towards the fact that you're a skinny blonde. And then you are the same person that was out there telling us that you don't want to just be known as a girl that's a skinny blonde, because that life is so hard. But here you are leaning more towards that, like you're sexy, like you work out, you do all those things. And you even made that comment with Demi earlier that you do not see them together. Why? Because you are skinnier than Demi? Comment down below, let me know. Between her, Catherine, and Ollie, the only other interaction was he done ask her like, okay, what club do you know, if you were to go out to a club, what club would you go to? She done mentioned like this one club, and then he was like, wow, those clubs are very pretentious. I was like, Ollie, low-key, that's not fair to her, because the only way you would know that those clubs are filled with pretentious people is if you went down there, those clubs, to see pretentious people. Why would you think she's pretentious just because she went to a club that you think is for pretentious people? Wouldn't that then make both of y'all pretentious? Because she was down there at the club for her birthday. You've been there enough for you to deduce that over there people be pretentious. You were one of the people being pretentious. So to hold that against her, to me, was just kind of like, you know, maybe that ended up solidifying certain things that you were already feeling like, okay, this girl is very much leading towards like more sexual, more sensual, and all that stuff. And Demi speaking to your heart as a man. But I thought that was a little bit unfair. Comment down below and let me know what you think. So Demi went above and beyond. She was like, I'm finna get my man, I'm finna get my man, I'm finna get my man. I was excited for Ollie because, again, men deserve affection. Men deserve love. Men deserve to be pampered as well. Men deserve affection. They deserve to be pampered as well. And all of those things. However, comma period, it felt to me that Demi put a whole lot more to show Ollie that he that she's choosing him in a way that I don't think Ollie did to essentially choose, woo her, or date her and do all of those stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just felt to me like, I don't know, Ollie was just, he was just there. He didn't do anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. But I feel like, you know, Demi going above and beyond was kind. But a part of me would have loved to see him be a little bit more romantic, make romantic gestures as well towards her. Because Catherine did nothing for him. Okay, Demi did. Demi showed up, celebrated him, made him feel great. She was talking about how, like, I put that work into that, please, you know, don't play with me, or whatever the case is. I love that. It's a beautiful thing. What I'm saying is I would have loved to see a man also do that for her, or just see the men do something for the women. Because honestly, I don't think I saw a lot of the men put in any effort. Like, there was no flowers or nothing. You know, the only flowers we saw was from our good brother Rudolph Sam, you know, with his AI nose down there, the Miamis. He's the only one that gave Nicole flowers after he was desperate, you know, to just get out of here with somebody, you know. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. So towards the end of episode 2, the only other connection that we see kind of solidify itself is between Bobby and our good sis, you know, Jasmine. Bobby went in there, you know what I'm saying, he done wrote some raps, you know, for our good sis that he was rapping out here, you know, letting our good sis that he in love. Because they are always in love. In the past, they be in love, okay? I be just sitting here like, this is the love of my life. She makes me better. He makes me better. I've never met nobody like him. Me, my entire life, I've never seen. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. The things that I'm hearing down here, this part, is my life. It's the love of my life. It's my soulmate. The souls of my mates, the mates of my souls. They be proclaiming, declaring, proclaiming, you know what I'm saying, advertising, and just like the love, the love, the love. They be so in love until they touch down there at the resorts where they be going in. Until they touch down, I be enjoying the love. Okay, the love is sweet. Okay, Yori is sweet. So our good brother Bobby was out here rapping, you know what I'm saying, because he was in love and doing the things. And before our good sis Jasmine could say yes, that baby done summoned all her tears. That baby was like, where the tears at? Let me summon the tears. Let me write an essay. Let me be heartfelt. Let me talk about the things and the tootsies and the pains and the tribulations and the lamentations and all of the things. She did all that, summoned her tears. Her tears did not come, y'all. As I'm sitting here, I'm still waiting for the tears to clock in. The tears was not coming, so she did all that, and she said yes. And I'm like, girl, you could have left with that. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all don't know each other, but y'all are trying to do the things. Y'all have not seen each other, you know, through anything. But y'all are coming over here with the speeches, trying to cry, and it's like, it's not making any sense to me, okay? She says yes, so that's another connection. We have, our good brother Tom, who's trying to decide between Maria and Natasha. He hasn't decided that by the end of episode 2. We have Sam and, you know, Benaya trying to fight for our good sis Nicole. Now we have over here Benaya, Jesus Christ, superstar, out here trying to let, you know, our good sis Nicole that Sam is not here with right intentions. And I'm like, worry about your intentions, okay? Don't try to win her over by talking negatively about her other partner. That to me is always gonna be a sus move. That to me is always gonna be childish. That to me is always gonna give up just kind of like, are you not embarrassed? As a man, as a woman, are you not embarrassed? You don't even have shame? Huh? Anyway, that's it on me, y'all. Comment down below, let me know what you think. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Please do not spoil nothing, okay? Bye.